Hello everybody, hello everybody. Please let me know if you can hear me. Thank you everyone. Please let me know that you can hear me. Thank you everyone for joining my show today. Thank you everyone for joining my show today. I can see everyone can hear me. We'll give a few minutes. In the meantime, you can enjoy the music. Thank you everyone for joining my show today. We'll give a few minutes. In the meantime, you can enjoy the music as we prepare for the show. Thank you so much. I'm in the race, moving on to your Father, no more turning back. I'm in the race to my destiny. I'm in the race, moving on to your Father, no more turning back. I'm in the race to my destiny. Hello everybody, hello everybody. Thank you so much. It's a beautiful Saturday here in Florida in the US. Thank you everyone for tuning in. My name is Bob Mwiti, and I am the founder and managing director of Upstack America. Okay, I came to the US about 10 years ago. All right, since 2009, that's when I came to the US as a student, as a master's student. I'm here today to give value to your lives, okay, for those who follow me on my platform. All right, and today you are going to talk about the tips. I want to give you the tips on how you can pass the student visa interview. All right, I want to give you the tips of how you can pass the student visa interview. Like I said, I came to the US as a master's student, so I've gone through this journey. All right, I know what it takes. I know how it feels when you get denied a visa at the US Embassy. I think for those who follow me, I've told you before that I was denied a visa. In fact, I was denied 4 times the visa to travel to the UK, which is pretty much like here in the US. So I know the pain that everyone goes through when you get denied a visa to travel, especially once you've prepared so much. And that's why in my show today, I want to give you those tips of how you can be able to crack that visa interview. All right? Okay, I hope you're all together. So quickly, I'll talk about what you really need to do before you start looking for the student visa. Okay, so mostly what's going to happen is once you're accepted to the school that you are going to here in the US, they're going to give you a document called the I-20. Okay, so this is basically the official communication from the school accepting you to your program of study. Okay, for example, if you're coming to the US as a master's student for a certain school, they're gonna give you a document, the I-20 document that says you are coming to this school, this is the program that you're coming to do, and this is the person who is going to pay for your school fees, okay? So that's the I-20. It's basically the official communication from the school accepting you to go and study there, all right? So once you apply to the school, make sure that you get that I-20, I-20, and you have to take the I-20 to the embassy, okay? So you'll acquire the I-20 from the school, okay? So those are some of the prerequisites for a student visa. Another thing is that you will have to pay the student exchange and visitor program service fee, okay? There's a fee, I think it's usually $200 that you will need to pay. Okay, once you get your I-20, make sure that you pay that fee. You cannot go to the embassy to get a visa if you haven't paid the service fee, okay? Mostly when you get that package from the college with the I-20, you'll also get, a lot other documents that tells you what you need to do. Okay, so part of that will be for you to pay the service fee. The service fee, it's different. It's separate from the visa application fees. Okay, and it's usually $200. Okay, now before you even go to the embassy, what do you need to do again? There is another thing that you need to do. You have to complete the application document. Okay, it's called the DS-160. All right, it's the visa application document. You'll go to the embassy website, wherever you want to apply, whether you're in Africa, Asia, Europe, wherever you are, okay, whichever country you're in, you go to that embassy website. They have the documents that you need to complete, okay? Now, as far as completing DS-160 is concerned, make sure that you have the correct information. All right, these guys, when you go to the embassy, they look at that document. They look at what you completed, what you filled in that document. It's very, very important that you fill up the correct details, the correct information. All right, this is basically the document that they're gonna be looking at. That's gonna be your official application for a student visa. Okay, and they're gonna be looking at that. They're gonna be looking at the people that you say they're gonna be sponsoring your studies here in the US. Okay, they're gonna be looking at every single information that you give in that document. Okay, make sure that document is perfectly correct, whatever you put in there. All right. Now, the next thing also as a prerequisite is that you have to pay your visa application fees. All right, I think depending on which country you're in, the visa fees varies. Okay, for example, like I come from Kenya. I think the visa for a student is, I think it's like close to $200. I think it's like $160 to $200. Okay, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so depending with your country, you'll have to pay that fee. Okay, and once you schedule the interview, they're gonna give you details of how you can pay. All right, so you don't really have to worry. You just follow the instruction, pay for the visa interview, and then now you can go for the visa. Okay, now the other thing as a prerequisite for the visa interview, for the student visa interview, is to schedule the visa appointment at the US Embassy. All right, so again, if you go to the US Embassy, their website, they'll have a way of scheduling your visa interview. So just go there, schedule the best time that you can. I would advise you to schedule as early as possible. Normally, the earlier the better. Okay, you want to be done with the visa interview by like 10 in the morning. Okay, so when I've scheduled a lot of interviews at the US Embassy, and I always want to be there early enough. Okay, so I don't want to go there like around 11. Okay, I want to be early enough, like the first people to be interviewed. Okay, so try to do that. Okay, now on the day of the interview, what do you really need to do? Okay, what do you really need to do? Sorry about that. Someone was trying to give me a call here. Now, on the day of the interview, you need to bring your original I-20. Okay, I said again, the I-20 is the document that you're going to receive from your school. It's the official communication saying that you've been accepted to that school. All right? Also, you will need to bring your DS-160, the student visa application document, okay, the confirmation page. All right, you're gonna need to bring that to the US Embassy. All right, okay, on the day of the visa interview. All right. Also, you'll need to bring your passport. I'm going through these. I know this is basically things that you need to know, but I just want to go through that before I give you the tips of other things of what exactly you need to do. Okay, so bring your traveling passport, traveling document, because the visa gonna be stamped on that passport. Okay, don't forget your passport, otherwise there's no point of even going for that visa interview. All right. Now, also bring a passport size photo. All right, it's very, very important. That's the photo that they're gonna put on your visa document. Okay, once it's stamped. Okay, once you get the visa, it's gonna have your picture on it. All right, so you need a picture. I think mostly it's a 2x2 photo. All right. Now, you also need to bring your visa application fees receipt. Okay, I said you have to pay for your visa application. So once you pay, make sure that you retain that receipt for you to bring it to the US Embassy. All right, on that day of the visa. All right. Now, on the day of the visa also, you'll be fingerprinted. Okay, you'll go there. They're gonna call you for fingerprints. Okay, those are some of the things that's gonna happen on the day of the interview. All right. Now, another thing that you need to make sure that you don't forget, bring extra cash. All right. Why? Because even though you'll have paid for your let me try to move my okay, even if you'll have paid for your visa application fees, okay, there's still some other fees that you may have to pay. All right. Normally, when you're given a visa, there'll be another fee that's gonna have to be paid to the US Embassy. Again, you have to pay that, and you need to have the money. You can have it in dollars, or you can have it in your currency for your country. Okay, for wherever you are. Okay, so make sure you bring that. Normally, like for example, I'm from Kenya. For Kenyans, that amount is usually close to 5,000 Kenya shillings, which is like $50. Okay, so that's after you've been given the visa. If your visa has been approved. Okay, if it's not approved, then you don't have to pay that extra cash. All right. Okay, make sure you carry some extra cash for that. Now, so during the interview, okay, you're gonna be called at the they usually have like windows, okay, where you're called, and then you go there, and then you'll meet the visa officer, or the person who is going to interview you for your visa application. Okay, so what basically is expected of you is this. Okay, you will need, please listen and listen carefully. All right, you will need to satisfy the visa officer that you are qualified to get the visa. Okay, you will need to satisfy the visa officer that you are qualified to get the visa that you're applying for. Okay, now once they call you and you go to the window, the expectation is that you can satisfy the guy who's interviewing you, okay, for that visa. Okay, now what do you need to do? You need to tell them your story. Okay, you need to tell them your story. Okay, now what you need to tell them is this. Okay, who you are, and what do you do currently, and what are you going to do in the US. Okay, please listen and listen carefully. Okay, you need to tell them your story. Okay, you need to tell them who you are, what you do. If you have a job, let's say for example, maybe you graduated already, you are coming to the US for a master's program, you're already working in your country, you need to tell them what you do. Okay, and then also you need to tell them what you are going to do in the US. Okay, all right. What is the name of the school? Okay, where you are going to the US, which school are you going to? Okay, what's the name of the school? Which program are you going to do? Okay, you have to know these things. Okay, all right. Which state? Where is the school located? Okay, if you don't know where the school is located, the visa officer will think that you are not serious. Okay, so you need to make sure that you know where the school is located. The state and the city. It's very, very important. Okay, and of course the school name. And of course the program. If you're coming for a master's MBA, you say you're coming for an MBA. Okay, if you're coming for a Master of Science in Information Systems, exactly same thing. You have to tell them what you're coming to do here in the US. Okay, so it's important that you know what you're coming to do here in the US as a student. All right, now normally the visa interview takes around 5 minutes, mostly less than that. Okay, so unless really there's a lot of maybe something is not right in your application, that's when the interview will take a little bit longer, but the visa will take normally less than 5 minutes. Okay, the visa interview, sorry, will take less than 5 minutes. Okay, now what are the tips to pass that visa interview? Okay, I've told you before, I've been denied. Okay, I was denied 4 times. Okay, out of those 4, 2 of them were student visa interviews. Okay, and the other 2 were visitor visa interview. Okay, I was denied those. Then later on, 8 years later, I was able to get the student visa to come and study in the US for my master's. Okay, all right. So I know the pain. Okay, I know what mistakes I did the first time. Okay, when I was getting denied those 4 times, I know the mistakes that I did, and I don't want you to repeat the same mistakes. Okay, I know also what I did differently when I went there and got the visa. Got the student visa for the US. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna give you those tips, what you exactly need to do. All right, now when you are going for that visa interview, all right, your first impression is very, very crucial. Okay, first impression. Okay, dress nicely, dress formally. Okay, you are going for a visa interview. All right, you need to look sharp. Okay, you need to look nice. All right, so first impression, very, very important. Okay, the next thing is before you go for that visa interview, okay, practice. Okay, remember, you're gonna need to talk. Okay, and you're gonna need to talk speaking in English. Okay, in English. Okay, so you need to practice. Okay, if you have someone, at home, maybe your family member, maybe your siblings, let them try to do some mock practice or some mock interview with them. Okay, let them ask you questions. Okay, try to do research on what kind of questions you can be asked. Okay, let them ask you. Practice. It's very, very important. Practice. Now, another thing, confidence. I don't know how I can stress that. Confidence is key. If you don't have any confidence, I'm telling you, you won't get that visa interview. Okay, you have to talk. Okay, you have to be very articulate. Okay, you have to tell the visa interview who you are, where you are going to school, what you are going to do. Okay, they have to hear you, they have to understand you. Okay, and that comes with confidence. Okay, I remember very, very well when I was denied my first visa interview, and my first visa interview that I went for, and I was denied. That time I was like, I had no confidence at all, nothing. Okay, so I was like shaking. Okay, I was being asked questions I couldn't even answer. Okay, and I see this a lot, especially for those people who go there and get denied. Okay, one of the main reasons why most people get denied is lack of confidence. Lack of confidence is one of the main reasons why people get denied. So you need that confidence, and confidence normally comes with preparations. Okay, if you are prepared, if you know your stuff. Okay, you know what you need to tell them. Okay, you are prepared, you have all the documents, you have everything, then the confidence comes automatically. Okay, so confidence is key. All right, again, you need to know the programs that you are going to study. All right, so don't go to the visa interview and then you don't even know what program that you're going to do or what degree that you're going to study. Okay, also it's very, very important when it comes to knowing the program. You also need to know the units that you're gonna be studying. Maybe even for the, like, for example, for the first one, the first year, or even the first semester. Okay, I remember very, very well when I went for my first visa interview that I was denied. I was asked, like, what are some of the subjects or units that you're gonna be doing for the degree that you are going to study. I was asked those kind of questions, and I didn't know. And guess what? When you get that, I-20 from the college that you applied to, and they normally send you the I-20 and some other documents also. Okay, they will give you information about the degree, the course, the program, every information about the school, the program that you are going to study. Go through that. Okay, you need to know what are some of the units that you're gonna be studying, especially even, for example, for your first semester. Okay, if you don't know those things, those are like basic things. Okay, but that some people overlook, and those are some of the things that I used to overlook initially. Okay, and that's why I was denied my visa, the first visa that I applied for. Okay, so it's very, very important. It's very, very important that you know what you are going to do there, the units that you are going to study, at least for the first year or the first semester. Okay? Now, the other thing is this: be to the point. Okay? Know what you need to tell them. Okay? Don't go round and round and round in circles. Okay? Tell them what they're asking. Okay? Okay? Tell them what they need to hear. Okay? Be to the point. All right? Now, the next thing is make it easy for the visa interview, the guy who is interviewing you, to make it easy for him to browse your documents. Okay, I will advise you, if you are going for that visa interview, take like a folder, put all your documents there. Okay, your bank statements, your school acceptance offer letters. Okay, anything that you need as far as support documents for your application are concerned. Okay, put them in a nice folder. Okay, make it easy, okay, for the person who is interviewing to go through them. Okay, if they need something, you are able to retrieve them and give it to them. Okay, nicely. Okay, it's very, very important. I'm telling you, it's very, very important. Okay, now keep a positive attitude. All right, now some people, you see, when you're dealing with human beings. Okay, and I know Americans. I've been here in this country for 10 years. I know how they are. Okay, so if you're going there with your attitude, and you look like maybe you are not interested in the in what you're doing, or you look like you have you don't really care, you have that don't care attitude, you're gonna get denied. Okay, have that positive attitude. Okay, positive attitude. It's very, very important. Okay, if for example, if they're asking for more documents, just ask them what they need, and you can provide them. If they tell you, like, for example, you are denying you because of this and this and this and this, ask more clarifications. Okay, and see whether you can be able to go again and reapply for the visa interview. Okay, right attitude is very, very important. Okay, now you have to prove to the US, to the person who is interviewing you, that you're gonna go back to your country. Okay, now by law, the person who is interviewing you, they are told to assume that you will never go back to your country. Okay, that's the assumption. Okay, so it's up to you. It's up to you to prove to them that you will go back to your country. Okay, and how do you do that? You have to prove, you have to have ties back to your country. Okay, ties to take you back to your country once you're done with school. Okay, things like, for example, if you are married, you have your wife and or husband and kids back home, you can tell them, I have my family here, in my country. Okay, I'm going to school, I'll come back because I have my family here. Okay, if you have a job, tell them that I have a job and I'll come back to do the same job. Okay, if you have a job, also make sure that if you can get like a communication or a letter from your manager at your current job saying that you work there. Okay, all right, and tell the visa interviewing officer that once you are done with school, you're gonna be going back to your country. Okay, let me tell you this. Even if you have someone that you know in the US, don't try to show the visa interviewing officer that you know someone here. Okay, the moment you start telling them, oh, I have my, people there, I know people, I have all this, they're gonna say what? You know what? This person won't come back. Okay, so it's very, very important. Don't go telling them the people that you know, even if you know someone. Okay, even if you know me and I'm your relative or whatever, you don't need to tell the visa officer that you know people in the US. Okay, try to show them that most of the people that you know are in your country. Okay, your family is back in your country. Okay, if you have someone who depends on you, let's say for example you have a little baby. Okay, tell them, I have my 2-year-old son, I have to come back again and take care of my 2-year-old son or 2-year-old daughter. Okay, if you have them be like your parents, they are old. Okay, tell them, you know what, I'm going to the US, I'm going to the US to study, but when I want to come back, when I'm done with the studies, I want to come back and take care of my parents because they are older. Okay, or maybe they are not, doing well as far as their health and all those things are concerned. Okay, these are some of the things that will, that will make the visa interviewing, the visa officer give you that visa. Okay, because they'll see that you have a genuine reason to come back to your country. If you don't have a genuine reason to come back to your country, they're gonna deny you. Okay, they will think that you're gonna come here and then refuse to go back. Like, people, like a lot of people who do that. Okay, so it's up to you. It's up to you to prove to them that you'll actually go back to your country. It's very, very important. Okay? Now, what happens if you're denied a visa? Okay, so if you're denied a visa, mostly what they're gonna do is they're gonna give you back your passport, and then of course they're gonna give you like a document that says, what was the reason why you were denied. Okay, now if you've been denied, okay, and you know what the reason is, and you want to reapply again, you can definitely do that. Okay, but make sure that whatever was the reason, make sure that something has changed. Or whatever the reason was given for you to be denied, make sure that, when you go back again, there's something material that has changed, okay, in regards to your application. Okay, for example, if they denied you because you didn't have enough funding, okay, maybe you didn't show that you can be able to pay for your school, for your studies, then when you go back again, you need to show them what are the evidence that can show that you are able to pay for your school fees. Okay, what is different from what you gave them? Okay, you have to make sure you can't just go back again after 2 weeks or after 1 week and go back again with the exact same documents. Okay, with the exact same information. Something has to change. Okay, they'll even ask you, why were you were denied like 2 weeks ago or maybe 1 month ago. Okay, what has changed? Okay, what has changed now? So you have to tell them what has changed. Okay, so if you don't tell the visa officer what has changed and you have basically the exact same information that you brought previously, they're gonna deny you. Okay, it's very, very important. Okay, now, as far as the cost of going to school here is concerned, okay, a lot of people, they ask, for example, how much do I need to have to show that I'm able to pay for my school? Okay, for my studies. Okay, how much do I need to show? Mostly, you will need to show like around the amount that can pay for your school fees for at least 1 year. Okay, for at least 1 year. And mostly before you get that I-20, okay, the school will be asking you who will be your sponsor. Okay, they normally ask that. Okay, and someone will sign some affidavit saying that they are the ones who are going to sponsor your studies. Okay, same person who signed for your I-20, because also the I-20 usually has the details of that person who's going to be paying for your school fees. Okay, so just one thing that you need to understand is this. Once you've proved to the school that you can actually, because the school will not give you the I-20 if you haven't proved to them that you can actually pay for the school fees. Okay, so once you prove that you can be able to pay the school fees and you've been given the I-20, stick to that and show the visa officer that the person you have, you have enough funds from the same person who was part of, the same person that you gave information about to the school when the school approved for your I-20. Okay, so you have to give exact same information. Okay, tell them that this person will be paying for my school fees. Okay, this person is my sponsor. Okay, it's very, very important that you tell them who the sponsor will be. Okay, and like I told you, when you get that I-20, the school will have already approved you and they know that you are able to pay for your school fees. Okay, you need to prove the same thing, that tell the visa officer that you can be able to pay for the school fees. Okay, and use the same person who is on your I-20, your sponsor, the same person. Give information about that person as the person who will be paying for your school fees. It's very, very important. If you cannot prove that you can be able to pay for your school fees, then most likely you're going to be denied. Okay? It's very, very important. All right? Now, there's some people who asked me a few questions, okay, about, what they need to know as far as the student visa interview process is concerned. Some of the questions that I got was, does travel history affect your visa approval? Okay. Now, at the end of the day, you don't really need to have traveled to, outside the country for you to get a student visa. Please note that. Okay. Even if it's your first time ever getting out of your country, okay, don't be scared. All right? When I came to the US as a student, I had never traveled out of Kenya. Okay, it was my first time. Okay, and I was denied 4 times. 4. Okay, so don't be scared. Just because you've never traveled out of the country, okay, you've never been anywhere other than your country, don't be scared of, of that fact, the fact that you've never been outside the country. So thinking that, oh, you know what, I've never been, this place, I've never been this place, and now maybe they're gonna deny me. No. Okay. Another thing is this. Even if you've been denied 10 times before, previously, even if it's the US Embassy or any other country, okay, they're going to ask you in your application, have you ever been denied a visa to come to the US before? Of course, you have to say yes. Don't put anything wrong. I mean, anything that is not correct, okay? And also, they will ask you, like, have you been denied visa to go to any other country? Of course, you have to say no. I mean, yes, sorry, you have been denied. If you have, don't say you've not. Say you have. Okay, in those applications, I told you guys, don't say anything wrong. You have to make sure that whatever you put in that application document for the visa, it's the correct information. Okay, and don't freak out just because you've been denied a visa before. Okay, take it from me. I've been denied visa before. Before I got my US visa, student visa, I was denied 4 times. 4 times. Okay, and at that time, you know what? If they ask me, I'm going to tell them, hey, you know what, I was denied at that time, at that time I was not prepared. Now I'm prepared and, now I'm going for my master's and I have a job currently here. I'm going to go for my master's and I'm going to come back and do my job, the one that I currently do. Okay, confidence. Okay, talk what you want. I mean, what you know. Okay, don't go saying things that that can put you in an awkward, situation. Okay, all right. Make sure you know what you need to tell them. And this confidence comes with preparedness. Okay, preparedness, being prepared. Okay, having all your documents ready. Okay, practicing. Okay, asking questions before you go to that visa interview. Ask maybe your siblings, your parents, anyone. Okay, your family. Ask them like the kind of questions you can be asked at the visa interview. Okay, once you're prepared, you're gonna be most likely be able to get the visa. Trust me. Okay. Now, so travel history, it doesn't really matter that much, okay? You can also be denied even if you've been to the US before. Okay, remember at the end of the day, I told you the visa officer will be looking at whether you can be able to go back to your country. Okay, whether you have any ties back to your country. If it may be if circumstances have changed since you last came to the US, maybe you came to the US visiting maybe 10 years back, things have changed, and they see that there's something has changed, and they have a reason to believe that you won't go back to your country, then you won't get the visa, even if you've been to the US before. Okay, don't assume the fact that you've been to the US before, whether as a visitor or something else, don't assume that you'll get that visa. Please, 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 don't assume. Okay? All right? Now, the other question is this: does the number of university applications and admissions matter? Okay, it doesn't. Okay, now, what happens is this: most students, most people, when they apply for college here in the US, they don't just apply to one school. Okay, in fact, actually, the more school you apply to, the more serious it shows. Okay, it shows you are more serious. It shows that you are interested in coming to the US to study. Okay, and you want to apply to as many schools as you can. All right, okay, so the number of applications that you've done, okay, here, that you've applied here in the US for the school that you want to come, it doesn't matter as far as your visa approval is concerned, okay? And whether you've been accepted or not, okay? Sometimes people get acceptance to more than one university, okay? You can apply to 3 colleges and you get offer letters from those 3, okay? So that's not something that is supposed to, affect your visa application process. No, okay? People even apply to 10 universities and get accepted to all those 10. Okay, so that should not be a problem. Okay, or even if you apply to 10 and you got only 1 acceptance, that's perfectly fine. Okay, so like for example, like me, when I was applying for my US student, when I was applying for my studies here in the US to the colleges, I didn't get accepted to all the colleges that I applied to. Okay, I got accepted to 1. Okay, I was denied 2 more. Okay, so I got accepted to 1, I was denied 2 more. The visa officer didn't even ask me, which colleges denied me and things like that. No, they are not interested. As long as you have acceptance, okay, you have the offer letter, you have your I-20 with you, you have everything with you, you should not have any problems at all. Okay, you should not have any problems at all. Now, another question that someone asked was this: does the ranking of the universities matter? Okay, one thing that you need to know is that when you apply to schools here, okay, apply to a school that is accredited. Very, very important. Okay, there are so many colleges out there. Okay, so make sure that the college that you apply to is an accredited university. Okay, now whether it's those top schools, okay, whether it's Ivy League schools, whether it's state universities, whether it's private college, whether it's a community college, it doesn't matter. Okay, like for example, the college that I went to, it's not one of those top universities. No. Okay, it's not. Okay, it's a state university, a very nice little, not a big university. It's a university with around the population of around 15,000 students. That's not a big university by US standards. Okay, there are some really huge universities out there. Okay, and as far as the ranking for that university is concerned, that's not a very top university. Okay, because even the kind of GMAT scores that they were looking for, those were not like top GMAT scores. No. Okay, you are just like, on the lower side. All right, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the rank of the college that you are going to, the university that you are going to. Okay, that should not be a problem. Okay, go there to the visa interview. As long as you have your I-20, don't worry. Go with confidence. Talk about yourself. Give the information about yourself. Tell them who you are, everything that we've talked about, and you should not have a problem getting that visa interview. Okay? Now, last question is if a university does not require GRE or GMAT scores, is it a concern for visa approval? Okay. Now, if you're coming for a master's program, most master's program, they will ask you to do some tests. Okay, these are like college entrance tests or exams. Now, let's say, for example, if you are coming for an MBA, you will need to do a test called GMAT. Okay, it's called it's Graduate Management Admissions Test. All right. So if you are coming for an MBA, you need to do a GMAT. Or there is also another test called GRE. Okay. Now, there are some colleges out there that may not ask for those tests. Okay, it's not like it's all the colleges they ask for those tests. Okay, so if a college doesn't ask for the test, that's totally fine. Okay, the visa officer won't be asking you about, the test scores and whether you had to do the test or stuff like that. No. Okay, and they don't base their approval on whether you had a good GMAT score or not. Okay, just know that as long as you have your approved I-20 from your college, from the university that you're coming to, you should not have any problem. The fact that you got approval for the I-20, it shows that you satisfied the college, that you qualify, okay, to go and study there. Whether they require GMAT, whether they require GRE, whether they don't, no problem. Okay, so don't go to the visa embassy, thinking that, just because you have a low GMAT score, or maybe because your college is not one of those top colleges in the US, then you probably not be able to get your a student visa. No. Don't have that mindset. Okay, it's very, very important. All right. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today. Again, confidence is key. All right, when you're going for that visa interview, please have the confidence. Okay, and by the way, I forgot something. When you're going there, when you get to that window, greet them. Okay, smile. Okay, these people are human beings. Okay, they don't want someone to see someone who is so grumpy. Someone looks so angry. Okay, be nice, smile. Okay, greet them by their name. No, mostly they will have a tag here, okay, that says Mr. Bob. You can say, hello, Mr. Bob, good morning, things like that, and smile. Okay, when you come to America, you realize that people here, they smile a lot. I'm telling you, like wherever you go, even when you come to those schools, when you are meeting people on the streets, in the college, wherever, on the pavements and all that, people are always happy. People are always smiling. People are always smiling, okay? When you go to that visa interview, don't be grumpy. Don't be angry. Smile to the visa officer, okay? And of course, like I said, have the confidence, okay? Prepare yourself, look nice, dress well, formally, okay? That's how they will see that you're a serious candidate. All right? And once you do all those things, you'll definitely get your visa. All right? And if you are denied, go back to the drawing board. Okay? Try to see what went wrong. Okay? But don't go back again to the visa interview like the following week, trying now to reapply again. First of all, think about what went wrong. Why were you denied? Okay? Try to gather more evidence to support your application, okay, before you go back. Okay, it's very, very important. And getting denied doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Okay, like I told you, when I was denied many years back, those 4 times that I was denied, I was feeling terrible. I was young at the time. I was still a teenager when I tried to go for the visa interview for the first time. I think I was 19. Okay, so maybe because I was young and all that, but I was feeling terrible. So don't feel like that. Okay, it's not the end of the world. Okay, I was denied in 2001. I came to the US in 2008. Okay, almost 8 years later. Sorry, I came in the US in 2009. 8 years later. Okay, after the first denial. Okay, so 8 years later, that's when I was able to make it here. So every dog has its own day. Okay, even if you get denied, don't worry. prepare yourself again, go back again, and go with new evidence. Okay, and with confidence, like I said. Okay, all right. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching my show, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.